3rd, 2026. This is the Comic Reporter, and you guys are gonna force me into an existential breakdown. I'm gonna have to take a mental health day. We literally just talked about this yesterday. I don't know if Immigration Canada just get out of the pool or if they have their headphones in and oh, Canada turned up to 11, so they're just not listening, or maybe they don't speak English. I don't know. But I told you guys, don't deport them. And most definitely don't let them leave of their own accord. Don't do it. Look, I've lived here 47 years in this country, and quite frankly, I think I'm entitled to be a little selfish at this point. Do you have any idea how many chuckles I've been able to extract out of captive audiences reminiscing over some of the things we've watched occur involving the newest members of Canadian society in the last 15 years? A lot, a lot. And it's never been easier than it is right now, mostly because our country decided to import a bunch of clowns, and these dudes are just constantly performing constantly. You can't let these people leave. I love these people. They literally saved my life. I mean, when the world got too serious, I just thought of their children, and my day improved immediately. Immediately. They're pure magic. These people are magic. Listen, listen. I had just come to terms with the reality here. Okay, you can't take this away from me. You can't just open a zoo, tell everyone to come see the animals, and then send the animals home because one tourist gets eaten. What kind of business plan is that? I mean, not that I'm calling these people animals. Clearly, it's an analogy, but animals don't sweep floors at Tim Hortons or buy plane tickets back home because they're upset with the going rate of, I don't know, dog food. I don't understand. I mean, it's not that I'm just, like, I'm just a little upset. Some of the best material is about immigration, and I don't like the idea of having to make jokes about Canadians again. Oh, look at me! I'm wearing a flannel shirt and drinking maple syrup out of a tree. Aren't I quirky? No, no, you aren't, Doug. We all do that. Literally all of us. That doesn't make you quirky, Doug. It just makes you Canadian. You know who's quirky? You know who gets the laugh? Indians. Indians get the laugh. They're the best people, depending on what you need. Letting them leave is just, it's inhuman. You can't do this. Give them a raise, pay their rent, something, anything. Help me, I'm drowning here. All right. All right. I know the pool is overflowing and the best thing to do is add some drainage, but I have to think of my children here. I have kids too. One of them is old enough to get a job, but the other one thinks she is gonna be a veterinarian. What will I have to live for if that actually becomes possible? What? You really think I want my daughter to have a chance at a future and stop relying on mom and dad for everything? Why? Why would you ever think that? She's white and blonde and in really good shape, so I mean, it's probably unlikely she'll ever need to work a day in her life, but that's not the point. Why would you ever think she should be entitled to a career she'd be good at when she could just suckle at the teat of the Canadian government and her parents forever? God forbid she becomes an advocate for marriage and family like the rest of these conservative shills. Seriously, what is Pierre Polyev doing to this country? He's not even prime minister, and he's getting everything he wants. When is it my turn? When is it my turn? Look, seriously, don't leave. I have 3 more minutes of bridge material. It doesn't work if the drivers aren't here. Who am I going to blame? The Chinese? Those guys don't drive trucks. I mean, if you want to joke about electric cars, I mean, sure, I can make that work. It would be a little dark. It'd be a little explodey, but I can make it work. All right. I understand there are members of the audience who think I'm a narcissist. Listen, Phil, Phil, listen. I am not a narcissist. I am a philanthropist. That's the word you're looking for. I am here to preserve the punchline for the good of all mankind, and I put my reputation on the line every day for the good of every human being on this planet. I am a superhero, and you need to learn a few things about apostrophes. Seriously, this is English. You're almost there. Should I do a video about you are? Should I do a video about how UR works? Maybe that would help. Exactly how did you think comedy worked, Phil? What did you think comedians were like, Phil? Did you think it was all, I would just like to humbly point out this funny thing I saw if nobody else minds? No, that's not how it works, Phil. Who else is going out on stage in front of hundreds of people at a time with the expectation, with the absolute certainty that you can make everyone in that place laugh because you can tell jokes better than they can? Who is better at doing that? Who would ever even attempt that if not the narcissist, Phil? What I am doing is a public service. What you are doing is getting confused. Narcissism is the job, Phil. That's the job. That's the entire job. Maybe when you get one, you'll understand. Having a bulletproof ego is so insanely satisfying. Thank you for making me get one, Phil. You and everyone like you. It's been a pleasure. On anyone getting the wrong idea about my daughter here. She's not for sale. I'm just not sure how she'll be able to avoid marrying a billionaire before she finds a job, as a veterinarian. That's all. That's all. That's literally all it is. That girl is smart enough to not need the billionaire, but she's also far too smart to not think it'll be easier to take care of horses if the compound her husband owns actually also owns the stables and the horses because he's a billionaire and she's just doing it for fun. My daughter's not dumb. She can do both. She's not stupid. She could marry a billionaire and be a veterinarian. I mean, she's not like the rest of you knuckleheads. She has my genes. I am not a narcissist, Phil. Look, I know it looks like I'm having a bit of a meltdown right now. And I know this whole thing is probably a little jarring, but you have to understand, we appear to be coming to the end of the golden age of easy comedy. We're losing one of the greatest sources of Canadian entertainment who never once complained about it and who are exactly as lovingly racist and self obsessed as we are. I mean, what kind of a friend to these people would I be if I let them leave without a grammatically perfect high five as they board that plane and forget that they ever tried to learn English? Because what a waste of time that was, huh? This was potentially the greatest run of international non assimilation in the history of the free world. And, uh, and we were alive to see it. I think I might cry. Look, if I'm if I'm ever in India and you guys want to make fun of my flannel or my extreme need for sunscreen on a moderately hot day in Calcutta, I don't mind. I'll deserve it. And even if I didn't, hey, it's your country. I get it. I'm a guest. If I were in your country, I'd probably drive a truck into the nearest bridge and make a video about it too. I get it. I get it. That's part of the immigration experience. You taught me that. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I have to go drink a beer and figure out something funny about Ukrainians because really, what else? What else is there? What else do I have left? No, that's going to be awkward. If a Ukrainian hits a bridge, it's probably because he was busy arguing about geopolitics on a hands-free headset while doing 120 kilometers an hour in a blizzard. How do you make that funny? What do I have without all these immigrants? Diversity might not, listen, guys, diversity might not be your strength, but some of us liked it. Some of us even needed it. This is really selfish. It's really selfish. Guys, I miss you already. Please, please stay.